Hi, this is Dr. Gail, and while there's instructions here, I like to create these videos because I'd like to have you zero in on certain things to make sure you're zeroing in on things. One of the things also that I do is I do something like this. I copy and paste the assignment into a Word document, and that way I can manipulate it a little bit. And I highlight different things, I put things into bullets. Might be an approach that you use because, you get lost sometimes in the text. So this is just a recommendation. And so essentially what you're doing is you're creating a timeline, and it does need to be an interactive timeline, meaning that it is digital. And I describe what digital means down here. Nothing is really interactive in Word document, and PowerPoint is not allowed in this course or Google Slides. So you want to make sure that you're not doing that. And it gives you specific directions, and it gives you some ideas on what you might use for your timeline. You don't have to use these, but these are recommendations. And so, as always, when you're completing your assignment, you want to make sure you look at the rubric, because if I'm using the rubric to assess your assignment, why not use it before you submit the assignment to catch anything that you might have and do those final touches that you have on your assignments. And I talk a little bit about the web tool. Now, this is the Read, Write, Think link. You might have to allow Adobe. Okay, so that's the link. And this is a tidbit on how to complete the assignment. And so you do that. And then after you do that, and we want to make sure that you're adding an image. They are required in this assignment. You've already seen the video in week 1 about the requirement for images in this course and the requirement on citing an APA, as well as how to locate images that are useful. So that's not there because it's an interesting topic, it's there because you're going to be using it. And so then what you're going to do is create a timeline. A worksheet, and there's a worksheet template here. And you want to make sure that you're paying attention to it. It says here, you do this, and it says not in not more than 2 sentences. So you want to make sure that you're doing that. And then you're going to be identify training methods, and then you're going to complete this piece. And then of course we have the rubric here. The rubric is really, really important. It gets into a little bit more detail. And it tells you basically what you can make for these various percentages. And so in this case, you have to have 8 events, and here 6 to 7, and here less than 6. And the key is to start from World War II. So a lot of this information is repeated in the rubric, but not all is. And then you have to have these, and so you can read through here and determine what's taking place here. And then the template that you fill out, identify 2 training methods with not more than 2 sentences. And that's what the template says, not more than 2 sentences. Here, you're doing more than 2 sentences, so you'll lose some points. The point is to follow directions and to be concise. And then, all these types here. So here is 2 examples of how the training method could be approved, which is on the template. And here you have 1 example. So you just want to make sure that you're paying attention to the rubric. I'm not going to go over it in detail because I know you can read. You just want to make sure that you're doing organization, not more than 2 errors here. And then in an APA, I tell you exactly what needs to be done with this. There are no points lost for APA in the first week, but the first week is a time for you to show me how you use APA so I can give you feedback on it. And then the expectation is you apply the feedback. If the feedback is not applied, then you'll lose a little bit more points. In fact, if you did not demonstrate any feedback, you would probably go into 5%. And that's not something you want to do. You can get 15% for an assignment for APA. And then to lose 10% means you have to get 100% in order to get 90. So you want to keep that in mind. And as always, if you have any questions, just let me know.